If you're a developer who lives and breathes in Windows, but you find yourself constantly needing Linux tools, then this one's for you. We are going to show you how to get a full-blown native Linux environment running right inside Windows. And the best part? It's ridiculously easy. Let's jump in.
So, you know the feeling, right? You love the Windows ecosystem. You've got your apps, your games, your entire workflow dialed in. But your work, your projects, they demand the power of the Linux command line. You need Bash, you need Git, you need all these tools that just aren't built into Windows. So what's the solution?
Well, for years, the answers were, let's be honest, they were pretty clunky. You could set up a dual boot, which meant restarting your entire computer every single time you needed to switch. Or you could fire up a heavy virtual machine that would just chew through your RAM and slow everything down. But now, now there is a much, much better way. The Windows Subsystem for Linux, or WSL. It is fast, it's deeply integrated, and you never have to restart anything.
So what exactly is this piece of tech wizardry? Let's take a second and break down what WSL actually is and why it's really become the best of both worlds for so many people.
Okay, at its heart, WSL is a compatibility layer. But what does that really mean? It means it's not an emulator and it's not a full-on resource-hungry virtual machine. It's a really clever piece of technology that lets Windows run real, actual, unmodified Linux programs natively. This means you can use your favorite Linux command line tools right alongside your normal Windows apps. It's seamless.
And what does this actually mean for you? It means you get the real Bash shell. You can run powerful tools like grep, sed, and awk without thinking twice. You can manage your servers with SSH, all from the comfort of your Windows machine. You're getting all the power of Linux without the performance hits or the hassle of rebooting. It's a total game changer. All right, so you're probably sold on why this is so cool. Now for the best part, the how. And believe me when I say, getting this whole thing set up could not be any simpler. Okay, before we get to the magic command, there is just one little prerequisite. You just need to be on a fairly modern version of Windows. We're talking Windows 10 version 2004 or newer, that's build 19041 and up, or of course any version of Windows 11. If your machine is up to date, you're all set. And here it is. This is it, the one command to rule them all. Just WSL-install. That single line, that's all it takes. It'll go out, enable all the Windows features you need, download the latest Linux kernel from Microsoft, and install a Linux distribution for you. It's really that easy.
So let's just walk through it real quick. Step 1, you're going to open PowerShell as an administrator. This is super important because it needs permission to make these changes. Just right-click your Start menu, you'll see the option. Step 2, type in that beautiful, simple command, WSL-install, and hit Enter. And finally, once it works its magic, you just restart your computer. That's the entire setup process. Done. Now, just a quick heads up. The very, very first time you launch your new Linux terminal, it might take a minute or two. It's busy in the background, decompressing files and getting everything set up on your drive. Don't worry, this only happens once. Every single time you launch it after that, it'll pop up in like less than a second. Now, by default, that one-liner command installs Ubuntu, which is a fantastic choice and a great place to start. But what if you're a Debian fan? Or maybe you need Kali Linux for some security work? No problem at all. You are not locked into Ubuntu, and it is super easy to pick your favorite. If you want to see what's on the menu, just pop open PowerShell again and run this command. It'll show you a full list of all the Linux distributions that are available for you to install directly. And the list is pretty impressive. You've got all the big names like Debian and OpenSUSE, you got specialized ones like Kali Linux, and even community favorites like Arch. The whole point is that you can pick the exact environment that you need for your work. So how do you install one of these other ones? It's just a tiny addition to the command we already know and love. You just use the -D flag, which just stands for distribution, followed by the name from that list. So if you want a Debian, you just run WSL-install-Debian. It's as simple as that. Okay, so you've installed your Linux distro of choice. You've restarted your machine. Now what? Let's cover the very first thing you need to do, plus a few essential commands you'll want to know to manage your new setup. The moment that Linux terminal window pops up for the first time, you've got one job. It's going to ask you to create a new user account and password. Now, this is your user account inside of the Linux environment. It's completely separate from your Windows login. And here's your first little toolkit for managing WSL. The command WSL-L-V is one you'll use all the time. It just lists every Linux distro you have installed and what version it's running. If you have a few installed, you can set your favorite as the default. And of course, when you're done, just type exit to close the terminal. These are the commands you'll be using day to day. All right, we've covered the basics to get you up and running, but the real magic of WSL is how deep the integration goes with a modern developer workflow. This is where things get really, really cool. First off, any new install you do today automatically uses WSL2, which has a full Linux kernel and gives you a massive performance boost, especially with file operations. Then there's the Windows Terminal app, which lets you have PowerShell, your Ubuntu terminal, and maybe a Debian terminal all open in different tabs in the same window. And for developers, the integration with VS Code is an absolute game changer. You can write your code in Windows, but compile, run, and debug it seamlessly inside your Linux environment. And there you have it. In just a few minutes, you've gone from having just Windows to having the combined power of Windows and Linux working together in perfect harmony. All the old barriers, they're just gone. So the only real question left is, what are you going to build with it first?